Pro wrestling is a physical performance between usually two or more people that can often get complicated, and that comes with the risk of mistakes, or, to use Webster's Wrestling Dictionary, botches. We say usually two or more people because there are instances where there are sometimes less than two people involved in a match. For instance, Invisible Man versus Invisible Stan. Be sure to go and check that out on YouTube because it is very funny. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled content here. Nobody likes to mess up, especially in the world of wrestling, as they can result in serious injury. But eagle-eyed wrestling fans have long memories when it comes to botches, regardless of the person who has committed them. When botches happen on television, it's not uncommon for a promotion to capitalise on them by incorporating them into the storyline, turning an unforeseeable mistake into a huge plot point. Welcome to Honor Wrestling Club, and in today's video we'll be counting down 10 times pro wrestling turned a botch into part of a storyline. However, just before we begin, we'd like to say that botches are a part of wrestling, and on live television there are no retakes. Wrestlers have to get everything right, or they risk embarrassing themselves in front of thousands of fans. Even the most experienced wrestler can mess up a move or two in the ring, but veterans know how to overcome these situations, as they've more often than not faced these circumstances many times before, and turning that into part of a storyline is probably the best way to deal with a botch. However, before we crack on with the list, I'd just like to take a moment to firstly welcome you to Honor Wrestling Club. Having you here really does mean a lot to us, and I'd like to take a moment to say to click the thumbs up video, and if you are new here, be sure to click that subscribe button and the notification bell to make sure you never miss out on any of the fun content we produce here at Honor Wrestling Club. Welcome to the club. Now, without further ado, let's crack on with the list with number 10, Christopher Daniels, with his Arabian moonsault that turned into a crisis of confidence. Any given high flyer is going to mess up at some point. Even a veteran such as Christopher Daniels, who once almost broke his neck on a botched Asai moonsault. While taking on Pentagon Jr. on AEW Dynamite in December 2019, Daniels had another high-flying error, messing up whilst attempting an Arabian moonsault. Rather than ignore it, AEW incorporated it into Daniels' character, giving the near 50-year-old at the time veteran a crisis of confidence, especially as the Dark Order attempted to recruit him whilst he was at his lowest. In number 9, we have Kevin Nash botching his powerbomb on the Giant. Thankfully, Paul White wasn't hurt due to the botch. During the Giant's run into WCW, The Big Show was sometimes an opponent of the New World Order and sometimes a member. At January 1998 Sold Out, the Giant was firmly in the enemy column of the New World Order, taking on Kevin Nash in a singles match. During the bout, Nash attempted a powerbomb. However, he botched the move, accidentally injuring Paul White's neck. However, it thankfully managed to become kayfabe, with Nash intentionally attempting to hurt his opponent. Nash was then banned from using the powerbomb, although it was reinstated for their rematch at Uncensored later that year. In number 8, we have Eddie Kingston trying to save AEW after the exploding barbed wire deathmatch disaster. After losing the AEW World Championship match to Kenny Omega, Jon Moxley managed to get a rematch with a gimmick suited to his sensibilities. An exploding barbed wire death match! At Revolution 2021. While the actual match itself was fantastic, the conclusion was a disaster. Such a disaster that it would be disappointing if it took place at a Chuck E. Cheese, never mind an international wrestling promotion. What happened, for those of you who haven't seen it, is Eddie Kingston turned babyface, attempting to shield Moxley from a huge-time bomb ring explosion. However, owing to some sort of technical difficulty and backstage malfunction, what was supposed to be huge booms amounted to a few weak sparklers and puffs of smoke. It's one of wrestling's greatest blunders. However, it is very funny. But we're here to focus on the aftermath, as Kingston explained why he acted as if the bomb actually went off as planned, saying that his anticipation took him back to his days of being jailed and being riddled with anxiety. In number 7, we have JT Smith, who botched a move and thought he's Italian. Sabu. However, he wrestled for the company throughout the 1990s. In 1995, an attempted top rope suicida at WrestlePalooza went horribly wrong, but ECW just rolled with it. While he did sustain an actual concussion, in kayfabe, Smith, a black man, suddenly began thinking he was Italian and thus joined up with the full-blooded Italians faction, which is easily the funniest way to deal with a botched manoeuvre. In at number 6, we have Matt Sidell, who botched the Shooting Star Press in AEW during his debut. The 2020 Casino Battle Royale at AEW's all-out pay-per-view saw the debut of veteran high flyer Matt Sidell, or to some of you 2010 WWE aficionados, Evan Bourne, who's known for pulling off a great Shooting Star Press, and even more known for getting RKO'd out of it from out of nowhere. Unfortunately though, fans' first impression of Sidell in the promotion involved him slipping off the turnbuckle for the first time he attempted an SSP in an AEW ring. Sidell ended up changing his style to more mat-based technical mat grappling, but AEW still came up with a kayfabe reason for the botch. On the following episode of Being the Elite, it was revealed that Michael Nakazawa, disgruntled at being left out of the match, had doused the turnbuckle with baby oil. In number 5, we have Nia Jax accidentally breaking Becky Lynch's nose during a SmackDown segment. In 2018, Becky Lynch had a, air quote, heel turn that changed her career, going from underutilised babyface to the wildly popular renegade nicknamed The Man. Lynch was set to take on Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series 2018. However, an encounter between the Raw and SmackDown rosters on a mid-November Raw saw Nia Jax accidentally punch Becky Lynch in the face. With a broken, bloody nose and a huge concussion, Jax had inadvertently created an iconic image of Lynch and had to drop out of the match with Rousey. The incident became a matter of kayfabe as Lynch went on to eliminate Jax from the following Royal Rumble and would soon use this as fuel to push her into the main event of WrestleMania 35. Seriously, Lynch should be sending Nia Jax an edible arrangement every single day. In number 4, we have AJ Styles improvising a spot after botching the phenomenal forearm. The 2015 edition of Chikara's King of Trios tournament not only had AJ Styles entering the tournament alongside the Young Bucks as the Bullet Club, but featured a low-key storyline across the 3-day event following a botch. As Styles attempted his signature phenomenal forearm on night 1, he inadvertently slipped on the ropes, covering up by delivering an enziguri to his opponent. As Bullet Club moved through the tournament, Styles kept attempting the move to no avail, at one point bellowing, "I hate lucha ropes!" after another slip, but ultimately nailed it in the final round match against Team AAA. Sadly though, his team would go on to lose that match. In number 3, we have Kofi Kingston for getting the finish for a match against Randy Orton and John Cena in 2009. Where Orton repeatedly knocked his opponent down while screaming, "Stupid! Stupid!" and then hit a very savage and frustrated RKO. The ensuing backstage drama, which involved Orton complaining to management and Kofi getting buried, was incorporated into the Rivals 2019 feud, with the incident being the source of their enmity. In number 2, we have Hardcore Holly getting a title shot after Brock Lesnar breaks his neck. Now, Kevin Nash isn't the only wrestler to have a powerbomb go wrong. In September 2002, Hardcore Holly was taking on Brock Lesnar on an episode of SmackDown, where a botched powerbomb resulted in Holly suffering from a broken neck that kept him out of action for over a year. Upon returning in November 2003, Hardcore Holly sought not only revenge, but Brock Lesnar's WWE Championship, which he had held since September 2003, following beating Kurt Angle in a fantastic Iron Man match. Their title bout would take place at the Royal Rumble 2004, with Brock Lesnar managing to retain. However, this feud was mostly just used as a footnote to begin the Brock Lesnar-Goldberg feud that, if I remember correctly, everyone really enjoyed, and their match at WrestleMania 20 is known as one of the greatest matches in the history of WrestleMania. That was sarcasm, by the way, if you couldn't tell. And in at number 1, we have Billy Kidman's Shooting Star Press, which ended up ending his friendship with Paul London. Ever since his days in WCW's Cruiserweight division, Billy Kidman's finishing manoeuvre has been the shooting star press. He has botched it a number of times, but in August 2004 it went unfortunately wrong. At a SmackDown taping, a botched SSP resulted in Kidman kneeing Chavo Guerrero in the head, giving his opponent a mighty concussion. From there, Kidman became scared of doing the move again, resulting in him and Paul Wonder losing the tag team championships to Kenzo Suzuki and Rene Dupree. Hands up if you remember them being tag team champions. The ensuing fallout resulted in a heel turn from Kidman as he turned on London, which kicked off a feud between the former partners. And there you have it, there's our list. So what did you think? Be sure to let me know in the comments down below. What do you think is the greatest accident turned into an actual storyline moment in wrestling history? Be sure to let me know in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button and the notification bell if you are new here to show your support for the channel. And also be sure to share this video around your friends, letting them know that accidents don't necessarily mean the end, and mistakes can be turned into gold. However, until next time, I'd just like to thank you for watching, and welcome to the club. See ya!